Smaller roles. I mean, even Helena Bonham Carter, this is a bizarre
Fantastic.
film. Yeah, fantastic, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't think she'd be the first kind of person necessarily to go to.
Helena was, we had a script that Brad wouldn't commit to, and Andy Walker came in to do a polish. And I was kind of like, I feel like we're really close. He was like, yeah, we're really close, but let's do a little more, spit shine on it. And so I said, okay, if we're gonna do that, Andy and I are gonna come over to your house every morning at 8 o'clock, and we'll work until we get it right. We would make coffee and we would talk, and he, one day, as I walked in, he said, have you seen Wings of a Dove? And I said, no. We put it in, we watch it, and I said, she's such a kind of perfect little doll. Do you think do we think she can be like foul-mouthed and nicotine stained and Adderalled? And he was like, I don't know, let me meet with her. So I went to the Four Seasons when she was in town, and I met her, and she was foul-mouthed, nicotine stained, completely, caffeinated. And she was like, why would you think of me for this? And I was like, I don't know. And Michael Kaplan, who did the costumes, kind of came up with this idea that he was like, you know who she is? She's Judy Garland on her last legs. And I was like, wow, that was perfect. So we showed her, and that's what she did.
I have to ask you about the takes issue. You famously have a lot of takes.
My philosophy is you spend $250,000 on a set. You're gonna put it on a soundstage, it costs you $5,000 a day. You're gonna put $8,000 worth of lights you're gonna bring a $150,000 crew in. You're gonna bring actors in from all over the world. You're gonna put them up in hotels. They're gonna come there, and the idea is to get them out as soon as possible. Who wants to live like that? If I fly you in from Iceland and we're supposed to do one day, I wanna make sure that we get it. There's a point in time, whenever an actor says, I'm sorry, I lost. Can we start again? They were great. Right before they pull the pin on the whole thing, they were great. And I've shown, it's that thing of when you fall face first into something and you kind of know, what the text is and you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you lose your train of thought. It's almost always the most exciting thing. Something is really, and I almost know when somebody's going, oh fuck, I'm sorry. It's kind of when you're doing this, and then everything goes kaflooey. But my process is about, I'm gonna give you 17, 18, 25 bites at the apple, because if you're smart and if you're conscientious, you've worked out in your head as an actor what it is you want to present me. And presentation is a kind of weird, translucent, diffuse, plastic hymen between what I want it to be and what you want it to be, what the actor wants it to be. And there's always this thing of like, yeah, I've gathered my senses and I'm ready to show you my wares. And I almost always feel like it's bullshit. I almost always feel like it's controlled. And so what I want to do is go, great, show me that. We shot 7 takes. Okay, now let's start. Are you done? Because I know you won the Oscar last night in the tub and you figured out what this is going to be, but now I want to challenge. Now I want to get beyond muscle memory. I want you to know exactly where to sit in that chair. I want you to be really comfortable because it's your home. And so you come in, you throw your coat on the couch. When you've done that 15 times, it starts to look like you live there.
Some directors you hear don't like actors and aren't interested in that and are kind of using them as pawns.
I don't want to do that. I'm not one of those directors like, I could do that. I could not fucking do that in my life. Like, I could never. And to me, if you can help them be great, everybody wins. Like, that's the point. That's why we're here. That's why we're shooting. We're shooting to make all of this great. The camera is going to trap them in amber for all time. And it's the magic of when somebody is doing something in the background that evolves and they come into the foreground and they become part of the action and they take over. I have to create an environment where they can do that. And that may mean being unkind to get everybody's attention so that we understand we're not going to save this in coverage. I'm not going to allow your hangover to influence how I'm going to cut the scene. I'm not going to allow your bad hair day to mandate that we're going to be, the scene plays out in overs. I'm going to get a good master, maybe 3 that are very different in what they're, and then I'm going to go into coverage and I may get 1 to 3 really great overs that are really interesting, and then I'll bring back and do singles. But I want to cut the scene the way I want to cut the scene. I want to cut the scene the way the story mandates, not somebody's comfort.
Social Network. I remember getting incredibly excited at the idea of you directing a film from an Aaron Sorkin script about this subject matter.
When you read a script that good, you just say, where do I go to surrender? I thought Zuckerberg was hilarious. When I was given this script, it was under very strange kind of alien auspices in that they were like, we're making this movie. So you tell us how much it's going to cost and you tell us who you want to put in it. And yeah, it's an incredibly exciting thing to be able to just cast people who are right for it. Andrew Garfield wanted to play Mark Zuckerberg. He was good. He gave a good reading. And then Jesse Eisenberg sent his audition tape in, and I grabbed Aaron, I brought him over to my computer, and I hit play, and Aaron went, oh my God, he does me better than me. And I was like, it's gotta be Jesse. And I called Andrew over, and we sat in my office, and I said, I can't offer you Mark Zuckerberg, but I would love it if you would come to a read-through and read for Eduardo. And he said, really, why? I mean, what? And I said, I think you have a mechanism. You, as an actor, build an umbilicus to the audience. You create an emotional attachment. That's your gift. I don't need that for Mark Zuckerberg. I need that for Eduardo. And if you will come and read through, I think you'll see what I'm doing. And, no strings attached now. And he said, okay. And he came and he read, and we finished the read-through, and he walked out in the parking lot, and he goes, I get it. This guy's amazing. And I said, so do you want to play Eduardo? And he said, I would love to. And everybody was like that. Everybody just wanted to tell the story.
In Gone Girl, your new film, you're dealing with relationships between married people that are kind of not as they seem. They're kind of pretending to be something, aren't they? Was that what attracted you to that novel, that subject matter?
Yeah, I wasn't that intrigued with, I love the plotting. And I loved, it's very witty. It has real insight, I think, into certain feminine perspectives that, maybe we have ignored to our detriment. But the thing that was profound, we learn we construct a facade of ourselves. We construct an image for people to deal with us and understand us. We learn from teachers, we learn from parents, we learn from siblings how to present the best version of ourselves, edit, and then we go out into the world as adults and we mate, and we couple, and we draw people, seduce people with this projection of ourselves, and often completely oblivious to the fact that the other person is doing that too. And there comes a point in, it's not the 7-year itch or the 3 to 5 years into a relationship where one or more of the people who's entered into this contract says, I can't keep it up. I'm not interested in being the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams anymore. I don't know what to tell you. And this movie was about the resentment that might engender.
Ben and Rosamund they're perfect in that film.
They were both our first choice. Ben had he could be homecoming king. He obviously could be a frat guy. He obviously, and he was willing to kind of be, the 40-year-old version of that. He also had a very distinct relationship and understanding of what it is to be in the wood chipper of public opinion
Yeah.
and not have any say or any control over it. And when we started talking about Amy, one of the things that I realized about Rosman was that I had seen this work. I pride myself on being able to see, an actor's utility belt. I try to gauge them, who they are, what they're made of, by the things that they default to and where their instincts take them. And that's all I do all day. So I'm reasonably good at it. And I had no take on her. I had no idea, and I needed that. Amy has to be unfathomable.
House of Cards,
Yep.
Entering the world of kind of what I would call premium TV. TV now, often is as good, if not better, than film, and Netflix kind of on the front. Was all of that what attracted you to? Was it Kevin Spacey? What was the
rights for the show were being shopped in Hollywood, and my partners, who I had sort of said, let's make TV together, were sent this DVD set of this wonderful British show. And I was finishing Dragon Tattoo, and they both started calling me saying, you gotta watch this DVD, you idiot. Like, just, the rights are gonna be gone to this thing, and and I watched it and I thought, this is insanely good. It's so simple, and it's so dramatic, and it's so rich. Television has become the place for characters to evolve. There's very little time in movies anymore for characterization. And I think television is a place where characters can be slowly peeled and revealed. I want everybody, I want the makeup artist, I want the boom operator, I want everybody to feel it's the best work that they've done, or it's the best adaptation that we can do. My father once said to me, I don't know who he was quoting, but learn your craft, it'll never stop you from being a genius. And that's the kind of thinking, that's what you want to surround yourself with.